I feel like an old soul. I feel like a sinking ship. Can't get no sleep, can't just let it be. Like I'm walking on a tightrope. And I feel like a slow dance. And I feel like a last chance. Played hard to get, one too many regrets. Like walking on a tightrope. I wanna go wherever you go. Through the night, no matter where the storms roll. Till the rising sun meets the morning. Wanna go wherever you go.
There's cream and sugar in the bag. I know I didn't have to.
Thanks. What's your name, son?
Reed.
You can call me Art.
Nice to meet you, Art.
And for the record, I take my coffee black.
Me too.
For a couple of days now, I've been watching you come in and pretty much keep to yourself. Today you chose to sit beside the old man and bring him a cup of joe.
I can move.
Oh, no. It's just, I didn't expect a young fella like yourself to,
To what? Take a seat next to an old man? We're not all bad, Art. I'm one of the good ones.
You seem to think so. You know, it doesn't mean much when you say it of yourself.
Yeah, I guess I deserve that. I just kind of figured neither of us really want to be here today. Not to say that we don't want to be here, it's just...
It's okay. I know what you mean. And you're right. These rooms aren't exactly a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, son?
Sure.
Why do you kids mark up your skin like that?
You don't like it?
I don't see the appeal. In my day, those things were meant for criminals and lowlifes.
Do I look like a criminal, Art?
I suppose things are different nowadays.
Well, just a way to express yourself. They're harmless.
Unless you're looking for work.
Like you said, things are different now. Honestly, I probably wouldn't be interested in working for somebody who has a problem with them anyways. And if I want, I can cover them.
Right on cue.
What's that?
Those things will melt your brain.
Oh, it's just something to pass the time.
Pass the time. In my day, people used to talk to one another to do that.
Just a distraction. There's nothing really on here I care about anyway.
People nowadays are always on their cell phones. They're always plugged into something.
Well, you're not wrong. Maybe people just need a reminder that folks may do just fine before we had all this stuff to get lost in.
The world's a different place now.
Why do I get the feeling that when you say different, you mean worse? You're probably right about this, at least. It's a vacuum. It's easy to get lost in, which is probably the appeal to my generation. Guess it's different for a guy like you.
An old fart?
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to.
A man of your experience is how I would have phrased it. I can only imagine how things have changed since you were a young man. The internet, microwaves, color TV, the wheel.
You think you're funny, don't you?
Couldn't help myself.
All I know is that things were simpler when I was your age. Your generation likes to complicate things.
Okay, but maybe things are just more complicated for my generation. We don't always choose it.
And your generation also has an answer for everything.
Yeah, well, so we do. So are we doing anything right, Art?
It's okay, son. It's good to have convictions. You won't get anywhere in life unless you have a backbone and stand up for what you believe in.
Hey, well, what do you believe in?
Oh, that's okay.
No, you said it yourself. People don't really talk to each other anymore. So tell me, what do you believe in?
Well, all right, if we're getting serious, I guess listening to people. Really listening to people talk. Not enough is made of the ability to listen to people. People will reveal all kinds of things about themselves if you really listen. It's not just what people say. It's how they say it. It's when they say it. Sometimes it's listening for what people don't say.
Okay, well, what do you hear when I'm talking? What do you hear me not saying?
Well, let me ask you a question. Your parents, no, this may be a little straightforward.
No, it's okay.
Your parents weren't around much when you were growing up, were they?
How could you know that? Is it the tattoos?
Because when you talk, I hear you asking for advice. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say you don't need me to tell you that.
I feel like I'm talking to Jesus. Are you Jesus, Art? I'm sorry, that was the wrong thing to say.
Jesus ain't got nothing on me. Speak your mind, son.
So, I never really knew my father. And my mom worked a lot when I was growing up. She always had 2 or 3 jobs on the go just to make ends meet, so I never really had anyone around, telling me how to...
I think you're doing just fine, son.
I had to learn to be independent at a young age. Younger than my friends, at least. Just because it was the 2 of us and she was working so hard. She would always say I had an old soul, but I didn't really know what she meant when I was younger. Even now, I'm still not entirely sure.
I think she was right about that. I reckon she's done a good job with you.
She'd be happy to hear you say that.
I used to tell my kids, wisdom is the intersection between responsibility and struggle. And the longer you drive down those roads, the more often they'll meet. Something tells me that you understand that better than most.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Thanks, Art.
If I've learned one thing in my life, it's that no one has all the answers all the time. We do the best we can with what we have. You've got a good head on your shoulders. I think you know more than you give yourself credit for. You were right when you said you're one of the good ones.
I was just joking when I said that.
Maybe so. But you came in here not knowing me from a hole in the wall. It's like you said, nobody wants to be here. And yet, here we both are. I don't know that a lot of kids your age would... You're a good kid, Reed.
Thanks, Art.
Well, not to spoil the moment, but nature calls.
You were gone a while, Art.
Well, at my age, it's less of a river and more of a drip.
Okay. Something to look forward to, I guess.
Everything hangs low and goes slow.
Oh, God. I got nothing to say to that.
Good. Well, maybe I'll get some peace and quiet.
Well, enjoy your 3-year-old gossip magazine, old man.
Can you tell me who the Kardashians are?
No, nobody needs to know that.
They sure take up the page.
You know what? You were right.
Why is that?
My generation is the worst.
5 p.m. to 8 p.m., visiting hours have begun.
You gonna be okay, son?
Honestly, I don't know. I go in there to spend time with her, but she can't hear me. She can't talk. She doesn't know I'm there.
Oh, I think she knows.
Yeah, you say that, but go in there, she's hooked up to more wires and more machines.
Listen, son. No one's telling you that this is easy. But don't for a minute think that she doesn't know you're here. It's like I told you before about listening. The world can be very loud, but so is love. If you just quiet everything down and really listen, you'll hear her. You can hear with more than just your ears, son. And so can she. Now you go on in there and be with her.
Yeah. Thanks, Art. Hey, Art.
I'll be all right.
How'd you know what I was gonna say?
I've been listening to you. And it's like I said, Jesus has got nothing on me.
Be here tomorrow?
The coffee's on me.
Look forward to it, old man.
Me too, son.